Hello.
Good evening.
Let me get my headphones working here.
Okay.
Hello. Okay, good. Very good.
It's day 1152. Sorry. Okay. Go ahead.
Okay, well, I think, are we up to page Lamed or Lamed Aleph?
Of Ches.
Of Ches. Okay.
I have up to here 20. I think the last time we learned was 21 Tammuz. Which is, I have a note here in 21 Tammuz. We got up to page Chav Ches.
Okay.
Yeah, because that's last week we learned.
So I think he was talking about the various approaches that a person has, whether it's an intellectual approach or an emotional approach, and about how he has to align his derech, his approach to Hashem, with the types of applications that are available to him. I think. Am I somewhere close by?
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah, so that's what he was discussing, and he was saying he started off this whole discussion with about how a person he quoted Chovos HaLevavos, who says that a person has to be willing to take his medicine. In other words, he can't go through life on his own derech and just allow things to go the way that they want to go. His Perek nefesh and his attitudes and all of his his applications of his midos and his characteristics, but rather he has to turn down the way which should be clear to him after he sort of finds it. Once he finds it, he has to go down the proper way rather than allowing everything to go in any which direction that he thinks is a good direction. I think that's what he was saying.
Okay, so let's take it from here. How a person should work in his specific individual life is learned from how the world should work in general. The how work with the flood and with Noah's ark. I guess the Idra, which is one of the parts of the Zohar, composed of Shem Bayochai, Lava Shalom, is similar to the Mabu of Tevas Noach. Shatikunim Nitkanu Bifnima Idra, the Tikunim were made within the context of the Idra. Just like the world itself was fixed in the time of Tevas Noach by raising the animals and providing their sustenance within the ark. It's not possible for this to expand out into the world during the days of the Mabul. Because the Midas Adin causes me a Mabul. The Chalos Pasha to eradicate crime, and to terminate sin. So to the great fixing of the luminaries of holiness. They're not able to be widespread throughout the world at the time of Shem Ba'echai. Because of the foolishness of the hearts of people in the world, because of the pollution of their bad deeds, and their imaginary desires. World which Yishalem will see Chavshimi Ma'asar, then just like they left Tevas Noach after the year, the Tikkunim and Yichudim will be able to leave the Idra and be disseminated. Oh, that's so there's like the world. Sorry, when the world is completely eliminated the pollution, so the animals and Noach can come out free of their captivity. So when the body is complete, the powers which are locked into the Idra can come out. Made man with wisdom. In other words, with his wisdom, with Hashem's wisdom, and he gave in his nature strengths which can lead to tshuva. And this is the tshuva was created before the creation of the world, and therefore, when man was created with the kochos of tshuva within him. Therefore, he has control over his soul to bring the powers of tshuva into it. But when he brings the power of tshuva into himself, murgash b'leiv, it's felt in the heart, betor itzavon, it's felt in the heart as a form of sadness, v'seichel, felt in the intellect, belachatz, as pressure, uktzar, ruach, and anxiety. Neither the sadness nor the pressure and anxiety are the purpose of tshuva. During the time, the extent of the tikkun, person has to test his strengths, may be able to be let free. In his kochos will serve him with greater strength. Torah learning cannot expand and go down to the depths of Chachma, Amitis of true Chachma, Lasos Tovi, Yashar Bepulos, and do that which is good and straight with massive acts. Unless the soul is full of courage. Ruach Kivura, and a spirit of strength, to be expansive. Biltimu Seres, not imprisoned. And this comes back to, metaphorically, to the sending of the raven and then of the dove. A person should find in his self pathways to test out his kochos, in a way which initially there won't be a concern for loss and danger. It's like Noach sent out birds, with whose wings protect them from the waters of the Mabul, I guess because they can fly over them. And he sees that the ruin, the destructiveness is not yet completely healed. Take him back. Until he knows that the earth is dry. And even then, he's going to consider very, very deliberately, as he finds himself on account of the honor of Hashem, and the fulfilling of his Torah. It's appropriate for him to be free. That's what Hashem said to Noach, go leave the Teva. So a person's own Yira Shamayim is supposed to be derived from the process of Tevas Noach. That a person's supposed to be able to sustain himself, just like Noach sustained the animals, by and that is his mission, to see if he can sustain himself in the appropriate way of Yiras Hashem, just like Noach sustained the animals in a material way. And after a certain, as a result, he should come to Tshuva and Ma'asim Tovim, and that as a result of that, eventually, what's going to happen is that he's going to try and see, okay, can I use the kochos I have acquired to go outside, to go be mashpia? And the first he might not be able to, but eventually it's going to go. It's going to go out b'shem Hashem, and because Hashem wants to go out. Okay,
that's what it means. Siman ateva, go out,
right,
from your confinement, so to speak.
Right. Base because You have to look for Hashem, quest Him in the drachim with which you conduct yourself. Kishu osik b'tefillah, when you're davening, osi vakish Kosh Baruch Hu ba'avonas inyan tefillah also. Then you should quest the Kosh Baruch Hu in understanding the matters of your tefillah, kavana ritzuya, and the appropriate kavana, b'emuna salev, with the emuna in your heart, both in those matters of his davening. Don't question Kosh Baruch Hu in other ways during that time. For example, by thinking lots of Torah when you're supposed to be davening. Said that the Gra wants to have a tremendous chiddush during davening, and he forgot it immediately afterwards because he was not supposed to be thinking Torah thoughts during davening. Okay, even Torah thoughts.
Yes.
Okay.
Yes. Yes. I heard a story about Reb Chaim Kanievsky that they were in shul davening, and there was a boy. I think maybe he was on Yom Kippur, Rosh Hashanah. I think it was a big day, and there was a boy. He was carrying a big sefer over to a stender. So it looked like a Gemara. So Reb Chaim said, no, we're not learning now. We're davening now. And the boy showed him. It was just a big sitter with big letters, for the kids.
That's good.
So they say that the boy was, he was like 8 or 9 years old. At his bar mitzvah, after after the shul was over, at his bar mitzvah, so they say that Reb Chaim went and sat down next to him and asked for mechil right then and there on the spot. So that's the end of the story. But the whole idea of davening is for davening and learning is for learning, that's a very important idea.
Yes. The loy vakeshes idea. The shah hu binyan machem kikem shel say bavoda zu a Kosh Baruch Hu yachol shorem mitzido bezu avoda dafka v'loim tzena loim boyim tzena v'lo b'makam acher. So there I find his relationship with Hashem not in another place. On the other hand, shel say b'Torah yedash yimsal Kosh Baruch Hu b'yosam ma'mikum ma'yeng. The find Kosh Baruch Hu in delving deeply and analyzing. Lavin davar b'yot to understand things appropriately. L'zikor to remember l'shaitei. And to be very conversant with what he's doing. Okay, so far we have Tefillah, Torah. In the deeper counsel, how to do a greater kindness to this other person, haguna, which is appropriate, chemis, and sustainable. Everything is for the covenant Hashem, and therefore each thing has its own avoda, which should not be disrupted by bringing a different avoda. Everything should be according to the words of Hashem's mitzvah and ratzon in that matter. And look for that and them for Hashem's name. When he toils with all of his mind, all of his strength, the ultimate perfection, all sides of perfection. And he knows the Kosh Baruch Hu in all the drachim. So that's b'chol drachecha. And b'chol drachecha is each and every derech has its own mahalach to connect Hashem. V'asheni hu beha betoch. What's the lashon here? It doesn't say. It says b'chol drachecha, but I'm not sure where he's taking the word betoch from. Ba'atzmusam shal drachim hu yodeh HaKadosh Baruch Hu. That with the essence of these drachim, he knows HaKadosh Baruch Hu. Okay, so I assume he's saying that if you...
He says the first sentence, he says, right.
So first he has
in the ways which you are behaving, and the ways which he is giving you to behave.
Right. So Keni Parsha Ketana, I think Parsha Ketana is Shema. But he's saying in general, Parsha has language for Shema, and that's what Unklus the Ger tells the Roman soldiers, about the small parsha in the mezuzah. But he's saying parsha has another meaning. At that time, there's no commandment of greatness and expansiveness, and bringing in all sorts of other chachmos and machshavos. Adrabah, contrary, simtzum b'davar zesh also will about him. He's narrowly focused on what he's doing. Even though he's narrowly focused, everything is linked together. This way will do everything appropriately. And find honor of Baruch Hu to the ultimate extent. The Ramzu Chazal with Ivreim, Chazal alluded this way, which says Zman Tefillah Chud, Zman Torah L'Chud. Even Tefillah and Torah can't be intermixed. Vavein understands. Kimakar HaKuras Atoiva, B'malos Avodah Me'avo. Gratitude and avodah out of love. You saw that tikkun avodah. So the avodah l'sader kol davar b'kol bein menevesh bein olam. Everything, every strength, whether it's in yourself or in the world, yosher v'chano should be straight on its base. V'lo la'pech hastorim, have to turn over the orders. V'noah b'zeh hashpos ha'kochos, and prevent the kochos from having the proper flow. Elokim asas adam olam yishar, Hashem made man and the world straight. With all the necessary strengths and means to perfect the goof and the shama, and to express them, like people have skill to do good and to be to elevate oneself intellectually. Somebody who doesn't follow that seder, which comes from Hashem's kind of the world, he destroys and destroys. Kimo Mishos Oshakus Meagubas Anua Jushalo. Somebody who deprives the body of the movement it needs. So it's like somebody who lies always bent over, like a notebook. Movement space, won't move his limbs. Eventually, he's going to destroy the life force of the body. Saying with the soul, if you prevent them from the necessary movements, he robs it of its constitution. It's going to get ruined. Based on the value of the activity and cheskasa real and the strength which is appropriate for it, according to your complete understanding. In direct opposition, that will be the damage in not pursuing them. All Torah is this secret of continuity of the soul, and it's moving it along. Baruch knows what's optimal for it. The kosfa, and it's the soul itself yearning, appropriately bamitas hachachma in the truth of wisdom. Okay, so I think we're going to stop here for now. I was going to get into the klech about Koras Tov, which I think is very, very important. So in the meantime, we saw tonight is that a person should be focused all the time on what he's doing and find Hashem inside that, whatever he's doing. And we learned that there's mashal to tevas noach in the process. And then we said that the tikkun of avodah is to put everything in its proper place, and that is being able to direct things according to the appropriate constitution of what he's doing at the time. Okay.
Can I ask you a question?
Yes, you may.
This Shabbos at the Chabad, so they were discussing about how they really don't change anything, even though it's right before Tisha B'Av, because it's Shabbos, and they're into, Shabbos is Shabbos, and there's Simcha. They don't want to negate the Simcha, and so they don't do anything special. And they asked me if the Litvish people would do anything special in Shul or on Shabbos to acknowledge Tisha B'Av in the coming week. Do we we have any special minhagim that we would do on this past Shabbos?
Well, it used to be there anymore. At the time of the Ramah, they went to weekly clothes on Shabbos Chazon. But now the only two vestiges we have, and not everywhere, is singing the part of all the Chododi to the tune of Eli Tzion, and the and Haftorah in the tune of Eicha.
See, they don't do that. They don't do that.
Briskers don't do
I
it.
didn't remember, so I'll tell them when I go tomorrow night.
Briskers don't do it either because they hold it's a Chisor and cover Shabbos. But most of Am Yisrael does those two things.
I see. Okay, very good. Thank you. I told them I would ask somebody. So.
Okay, you got it.
Very good. Thank you very much.
Okay.
All right, take care. Bye-bye.